If you're watching this, then chances are you want to get paid to play video games. There's a lot of ways to becoming a pro gamer, but it takes more than just skill or playing games. I'm going to let you in on what I've learned along the way. So if there's anything you want to know, make sure you leave a comment. On the video I just posted about all of this, I've gotten a couple comments of people saying, finally somebody is talking about the reality of these different things. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, is because YouTubers and streamers, they don't talk about this side of it. You just see them as they are with their hundreds of thousands to millions of followers or subscribers. They don't talk about what they did to get there or what it takes or anything. So there's this myth out there. There's a couple myths. One is that people who play video games shouldn't make money. That's bullshit. You should make money. Number two, it happens
Should pay for
overnight
this
or it's
skill. This
easy.
this skill, you pay to watch this.
Exactly. Well, it's entertainment, and I mean, you pay to go
Right,
watch a movie.
definitely.
Actors get paid.
Yep,
This is when there's a demand for something, there it's valuable. There's a price for
exactly.
it.
No, I
You're
completely
putting your
agree.
hard work and time and effort into something, you should get rewarded for it. Or else
Because
why do it?
technically you are doing like a job in a way because you're still editing. You're basically a producer of content. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter what content it is. It's still like a music producer provides music content. You're just producing, video game content.
exactly. It's no different
Yeah,
than a
no.
TV show. It's just, it's based off a genre, video games.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah,
putting a
nice.
lot of hard work and effort into it. You should be rewarded for it. Now, if you suck at it, then that's a little different. I mean, I like how you're rewarded based off of, how entertaining you are and stuff like that. You don't just get money. You have to earn it. Like I said, when you start your very first stream, guess how many viewers you're going to have?
None.
Zero.
Yeah.
Unless you have friends and you tell them, "Hey, I'm streaming," and they give you a sympathy view, they join the chat just out of pure sadness or whatever. But
Hi.
yeah, and then they'll go away as soon as something better comes around. But
Yeah, exactly.
you got to be prepared that when you start, you're not going to have anybody watching with your first YouTube video. It's not going to get a lot of views. It's going to get maybe 3 or 4 views depending on how many friends you have.
Hmm.
But you go from there. You it's at first it's word of mouth. You tell everybody Reddit is a really good place. You make friends with people. You tell your friends list. Here's a little inside secret. What I did is I this is actually really good advice. So pay
Okay.
attention.
Okay, let me get my notepad.
You ready? Get your notepad out. All right. So what
Yeah.
I did when I first started was it was Black Ops Zombies, Black Ops 2 Zombies. I went into public games and started playing with people with zombies. And what I would do is and I'm not saying this is the best way. I'm just saying you kind of get an option in your head of things you can do. So I would go into a 4-player game and play with a bunch of randoms. If we
Yeah.
did good, then and if I kind of did good and got to a high round or whatever with little deaths or whatever, then I would send out friend requests to everybody I just played with, and I would get my friends list to 100 friends, and then when I put out a video, I would send a mass message to all those people
Okay.
saying, "Hey guys, I just made a video. Can you check it out and let me know what you think?" Probably 50 of them would go watch the video, and I'd get messages back. That was funny. That was cool, or blah, 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 blah. The 50 that didn't respond and didn't watch them, I would delete them off my friends list. And then I would
And
go
you
make
do it all
another
over
50
again.
friends. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was just a very, very, very small way of kind of getting people to start watching my stuff. And I brought up Reddit and stuff, and you can go on to Reddit and say, "Hey guys, I posted this video." Now they don't want you promoting your channel and stuff, and they don't want you spamming your own content and stuff, which is totally understandable.
Of
But
course.
it's just about, little by little getting your name out there and getting one subscriber at a time, two subscribers at a time, and then maybe they tell their friends, and now you're up to 4 subscribers, and then they tell their friends, and now you're up to 8. You know, you build little by little by little by little by little. It starts very, very, very slow, and you use that time in the very beginning to find out what you're good at. Listen to their feedback. If they say, you know, hey, your video is fucking 4 hours long, may want to shorten that up. Okay. You know, so it's a learning process, and you're finding what you're good at in the very, very, very beginning. Nobody ever starts with thousands.
Yeah. Would you like define it as critical periods then? So, you get your baby steps, like growing, as a person.
Yeah.
So it's like you get your baby steps and then you sort of learn the vocabulary for the internet that you need in a way, like
Yep.
metaphorically, yeah. And then
Yeah.
obviously you're the full grown adult with your, mad bitches and shit.
Yeah, exactly. With bitches.
Basically. I
Now
like that
with
metaphor.
bitches, 100%. Order now and you'll get bitches.
And then
Yeah,
that.
One
exactly.
good
I
way
mean,
to really get your name out there, I would say, is collaborate with other people, other
collaboration is
Mm.
huge.
Yeah.
BA.
That's like synergy in a way, isn't it, then, I suppose?
It's yeah, it's you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, and there's a
Yeah.
place for that. It's a really sticky point for me because I've seen people, you know, turn their back on their friends and sell out
Yeah.
so that they could, it's almost like a clique. I call it high school clique, where, you see all these big name people playing with each other basically because, they're
They've got big
feeding
names.
each other subscribers and viewers and different things like that.
Yeah.
Good business practice, sure, but, you know, I don't know.
It's not really ethical.
I would
This is a good
rather,
word.
yeah, I would rather grow myself because of
Then
my
be stabbed
hard
in the
work
back.
than to get everything handed to me. And I would
Yeah.
also, if I'm gonna grow, I would also like to help grow the people that helped me grow, not fucking
Yeah.
turn my back on them and get big just so that I can get big.
Hmm.
Like reach out to the big YouTubers or big streamers so that I can get big, and then it's all about that. So that's why I'm doing this, for you guys. If I'm gonna get big, you guys help me along the way. You guys are in videos. You guys have been there from the start.
Yeah,
Shout
so
out
I
to.
suppose... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, one of the reasons I started doing this was NGT Zombies with Spider Bite, and that was
That's
something
cool.
that I really respected with them was they had their group of guys that they played with, and you know, as they got big, Spider Bite was the guy, but then also you started seeing Hypermole and their group of people grew together. It wasn't like
Hmm.
Spider Bite was like, okay, I've got 1 million subscribers now. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go play with Syndicate or whoever so that I can grow
Yeah.
even bigger. It's a group of friends that played together that kind of grew together, and I really
Yeah.
respected that. So I think that's the right way to do things. Some people go off and do their own thing and whatever. It's you
Hmm.
in the end you have to do what's best for you, but how you go about it and the way you do it does matter. It does give you a reputation.
Yeah.
I
But you
mean,
could
you
just
can't
cut
control
off.
other people. I mean, I've had my first couple of subscribers, they're gone. I have no idea what happened. They stopped watching. Even some of the people that were in our streams from Zombies, they're just new systems came out. They went and they played new systems. We're not on the same console anymore. They're off doing their own thing or whatever. You move on. It's that you can't help that happening, but don't ditch all your friends and the people that helped get
Yeah.
you there because you want to get even bigger.